Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. It's been a while again. I'm smoking my K Woody Saxon today with some, hey puppy, with some Kramer's Cary Grant. I like this tobacco, but it is a bit bitey. It does tend to bite me. And so I was out this morning, taking pictures. I just got home and I had a lot of fun. Dogs are out here with me. Clover's just resting her head in my lap here. She's a sweetheart. Well, I wanted to show you the 3 cameras that I took with me today. They're old ones. They're my oldest cameras that I use. And this is my oldest camera. This is my Yashica Electro 35. This was one that my dad gave me when I was in high school. And I first started getting into photography, and he got this for me, and it's a rangefinder, and I love this camera. It's got kind of a ding here in the lens on it. Takes beautiful pictures. This one was made in 1966. They started making this in 1966. Then they went to the Yashica Electro 35G, then the GS, then the GSN. I also had a GSN. I think I left that in San Diego when I moved. I left several cameras in San Diego when I moved, unfortunately. I think one of my nieces grabbed all those, and which is fine. So that one was 1966. The nice thing about all these cameras is they're all manual cameras. You can use them without, they'll have a battery in them, which basically just runs the metering system. But you can use them without a battery, which I love about all these cameras. This one does not have a battery in it at all. So I either use the Sunny 16, like on a day like today, I can use the Sunny 16, just use it for a little bit of cloud cover. Or I can use a meter on my phone. You can download meters for your phone, use those. And then this one here, these are just absolute tanks. This is the Minolta SRT 100. And this one, I love these. I absolutely love these old Minolta SRTs. I need to clean this one up a little bit. These are tanks, boy. These are absolute tanks. They are heavy and they are tanks. You know, I have a lot of cameras that, you know, if I hit them on a table or something, it would break the camera. And these here, if I hit them on the table, it would break the table. These are absolute tanks. They will last forever. And just wonderful cameras that just are amazing. This one has a 50 millimeter 1.2 lens on it, and all manual. The meter works on it. Everything's wonderful on this camera. Still works perfectly. Everything works on it. This was made in 1971. So that's what, 50 some years old, 52 years old. This one is the SRT, Minolta SRT 201. This was made in 1975, I think it was. This one is also a tank. Basically the same camera as this, only this one has a shutter speed, top shutter speed of 500. This has the top shutter speed of 1000. I really want to get a SRT 101, which was made before this one. Surprisingly, you'd think the 100 would have been before the 101, but that's not how they did it. And this one has a 45 millimeter 2.0 lens on it. I like to shoot when I'm out shooting. Most of the time I'm shooting either a 50 millimeter or a 45 millimeter or a 28 millimeter lens, unless I'm shooting flowers or I want a really shallow depth of field. I will throw on my 7210 f4 lens, where I can get a really shallow depth of field on it and get really up close. With one of my other Minoltas. I love Minolta cameras. I'm a big fan of Minoltas, and I've had Minoltas most of my life. All of my life I've had Minolta cameras. My first was the Yashica, and then I got Minoltas, and I had a bunch of Nikons, which I just recently sold. I sold a bunch of mine. Sold a bunch of my Nikon stuff. And I just love my Minoltas. I've just been a big fan of Minoltas. These are quite similar to the F2s. In build quality and everything about them is very similar to the F2s on the Nikons, for a fraction of the price. You can find these on eBay for less than 50 bucks with the lens. In the Minolta lens, the Roker lens, the MD lens and MC lens are quality, really quality lenses on those. But anyway, I just wanted to show those to you. Those were the three lenses I took, or three cameras I took with me today when I went out. And let me put this back in the case here, since I don't have a lens cap for this one. Got to go get a lens cap for this Yashica. But I love those Minoltas, man. I just love the old Minoltas. So I'm scouting for a Minolta SRT 101. I see them on eBay a lot, but a lot of them are not working, or they're asking an astronomical price for them. there's a shop out here, not far from here, that sells antique cameras, used cameras, used, film cameras, called John's Cameras. I need to make a trip up there, see what they've got. I went out last week with Denny, and we took some photos, and I posted one that Denny took on my Facebook page that she took with my phone. It just came out beautifully. It's a beautiful picture. And I went out and I was trying to get, I'd been looking at pictures from like the 1800s. And so when I went out, I was trying to recreate photos from the 1800s. Was my goal, was to recreate photos from the 1800s. So I didn't want them super sharp. I didn't want them, I wanted to have photos that looked like they were taken in the 1800s. So that was my goal, was to creatively take photos and make them look like they were taken in the 1800s. And I was able to do that with a few of the shots I took. There were some old rundown buildings and some buildings from like the turn of the century, 1900s, 1800s, 1900s. And so I tried to overexpose and underexpose and get them just a little bit just out of focus, just a touch, so that they would look like they were taken back in the 1800s. And I was able to do that on a few of them. I did black and white. And the film I used, which is Arista EDU Ultra black and white, is my favorite black and white film right now. I just love that film. And it's cheap. You can get it for if you go on adorama.com, you can get 24 exposures for $5.49 a roll. 36 exposures, I think, is either $5.89 or $5.99 a roll. And I believe they do free shipping on film. At least I haven't paid any shipping when I bought film from them. And I don't think I have any special I haven't paid for any membership or anything from them, so the only time I paid shipping was when I bought batteries from them. I did have to pay shipping for some batteries that I bought, but film to ship was free. But I love that black and white. It's got some great contrast to it. It's got some I used 100 for those pictures. I just bought some 400 from them, so I want to try that. But I'll show you some of those pictures because they came out pretty cool. They came out looking like they were taken in the 1800s. Some of them did, so some of them didn't turn out so great. But I was experimenting, so You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Hello, Kodak. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video here, or a not so quick one. It's 15 minutes already. Got home, wanted to smoke a pipe, thought I'd bring out the cameras and show you what I used today. And nothing fancy, just old film cameras. I love these things, man. I just love them. I love the old film, the film cameras, and I have some newer stuff, you know, from the 80s. I think the newest camera I have is, well, I do have one digital camera. We've got some Minoltas, autofocus stuff from the 80s. I think one's from the 90s, or two are from the 90s. But I love these old 60s and 70s cameras. I just love these old. I love getting them even when they're not working, and just making them, bringing them back to life, and putting new seals in them, bringing them back to life, and then taking pictures with them. It's just fun. So one of these days I'll have to show you all my cameras. And I don't have a huge collection or anything, but I've got I think I've got maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6, 5 or 6 more cameras besides these. But I'm always looking for more. Always going to the thrift stores and the antique stores. I just love them. I just love them. It's my. This is my. Besides lanterns, and I'm just an old guy. I like old lanterns and pipes and old film cameras and records. I'm still stuck in the 60s and 70s, I guess. But and I just love the way they feel in my hands. And that one's got film in it. This one doesn't have film in it, I don't think. I think I used all the film in this one. Let's see. Yeah, this one has no film in it. So I just love the way they sound. They just get that nice sound when you set the shutter. There's just something special about them. I love them. Getting expensive to develop film now. It was like $35 to develop a roll of film. I gotta start doing my own. Get a scanner. It's easy to develop the film. I used to do that all the time when I was in high school, and I used to develop and print my own stuff. I don't have a printer anymore, but they've got those scanners now. You can put the negatives in them and print out film, and so I may just do that. You can't dodge and burn, I'm sure, on stuff like that you want to really make it the way you want it, but I used to love, man, I spend hours in a photo class. Developing and printing and any free period I had, I was in the photo lab. Anyway, I will catch y'all later. Thanks for watching. I know this was probably boring to all of you guys, but it's one of my joys and one of the things I love. So thought I'd share it with you. But I will catch you later. Have a good one. God bless.